There are people that shop. And then there are people who try to quiet themselves with objects. For a while in his life, Elton John didn't shop. He stockpiled. Not carefully, not sentimentally, quickly, repeatedly, as if the next purchase might finally do the job. Glasses, clothes, flowers, furniture, art, houses, bought fast, stored faster, forgotten almost immediately. He didn't collect things, he rotated moods. Elton John spent over £250,000 over 20 months just on flowers, everywhere he went. Not cars, not jewels, just petals. He called it cheaper than therapy, which only proves he hadn't checked therapy prices lately. When asked why, he said they made him happy. That's another way of describing an emotional support rainforest. In a world where rock stars trashed hotel rooms, Elton redecorated them daily with roses. Same chaos, better fragrance. The 70s and 80s were Elton's Versailles period. If it sparkled, he bought it. If it didn't, he had it plated in gold. He collected jewelry, shoes, fragrances, and at one point enough Versace to clothe a minor European army. But flowers were different. They didn't last. They demanded renewal. Every morning assistants replaced yesterday's arrangements before the first wilt appeared. Freshness wasn't a luxury. It was maintenance. Delivery vans lined the street outside his mansion. Florists learned his preferences by heart. Roses, orchids, lilies. Always more than necessary. Always too much. It looked less like a home and more like a diplomatic summit hosted by a garden. Elton was living proof that addiction doesn't always come in powder form. Sometimes it's petals and applause. The man who could fill stadiums couldn't stand an empty room. Staff learned not to comment. Guests learned not to ask. Access becomes invisible once everyone agrees to step around it. Years later, Elton admitted he was out of control. The flowers were just fragrance masking decay. And yet people adored him for it, because watching Elton live that big made everyone else feel a little less small. Here's the part we don't like to admit. This didn't happen in secret. We rewarded it, we photographed it, we enjoyed it. Then came the crash. Sobriety. Introspection. A quiet horror of realizing money can't buy relief. No more floral reinforcements. No more daily replacements. He auctioned off the excess. Costumes, art, furniture. The content of entire rooms scrapped. The flowers, mercifully, were biodegradable. And in the emptying out, something unfamiliar appeared. Space. In that space, Elton built something new, the Elton John AIDS Foundation. The man who once burned fortunes on lilies began saving lives with the same intensity. It wasn't redemption, it was redirection. Same appetite, new addiction. Giving. Today, he's the elder statesman of spectacle. Sober, knighted, self-aware, but the ghosts of those floral years linger. For Elton, those bouquets were applause that never died. So, was it ridiculous? Absolutely. But it was heartbreakingly human. The man who drowned sorrow in roses ended up turning obsession into empathy. You spend your fortune learning what can't be bought. If you want more stories like this, subscribe.